Football, soccer, whatever you want to call the sport that involves a ball and kicking it with your feet. It's a sport that has claims of origin from multiple countries: China, the UK, Greece, Rome, and it brings the world together every 4 years when the World Cup is played. As multiple nations face off against one another in hopes of worldwide glory, the sport is more or less enjoyed for its talent, and that it brings people together rather than any relations it may have to world politics. However, this wasn't the case when it came to the 1986 World Cup quarterfinal, where England would play Argentina. But before we get into the beauty of that game, or the lack thereof, we need to talk about England. Now, regardless of who the sport was created by, England has been the home of soccer for as long as most can remember. Having the most competitive soccer league in the world, the English Premier League, soccer is practically treated as a religion in the UK with devout followers. But one cannot forget, nor can many nations around the world, about England's past. An imperialistic past, that is. England spent a great deal of history conquering islands and territories around the world. So, what's the relationship between imperialism and these two countries? Well, in 1833, Great Britain took over and claimed sovereignty over the Falkland Islands. Originally claimed by Argentina, Great Britain expelled the Argentine occupants off the islands. Argentina, in April of 1982, proceeded to invade and reclaim the islands to themselves. Margaret Thatcher, however, the Iron Lady of Great Britain, wasn't having any of this, and the two nations fought it out with a battle that killed nearly 1,000 people, most being Argentinian. Britain technically won the battle, but Argentina claimed sovereignty over the islands. Now, getting back to the 1986 World Cup quarterfinal, the atmosphere was intensely charged, both in anticipation and political frustration from both countries. Remember how I said soccer is basically a religion in the UK? Well, what occurred in the 53rd minute is a sin of the highest order in soccer: using your hands. See, you can basically use everything in soccer, except no part of your lower arm can touch the ball when it's in play unless you're the goalie. So let's hit play now. Did you see that? Let me play it again. See it now? No, you're not crazy. Argentina's number 10, Diego Maradona, did not hit the ball in with his head. He hit the ball into the goal with his hands. So why was this goal counted? Because the ref had his point of view obstructed and technology for examination in real time didn't exist back then. This goal won Argentina the quarterfinal and played a huge part in them reaching the World Cup final, where Argentina beat Germany 3-2. This brought out the dark side of humanity in England, where many made remarks about Argentina and its team, none of them friendly. Now, why is the goal called the Hand of God, you may be asking? Maradona named it himself in a post-match interview. He said, "It was made a little with the head of Maradona and a little with the hand of God." Maradona accepts the illegitimacy of the goal as a political statement against England for the damage they did to the Argentinians on the Falkland Islands. The French president, Emmanuel Macron, actually praised Maradona upon his death for Argentina's defeat of Thatcher's England. Argentina won the World Cup this past year against France in penalties. The World Cup remains a vital event in world culture, and the United States, Canada, and Mexico will joint host the Cup in 2026.
Was your hand or the hand of God?
For me, man.
It was my hand. With this, I don't mean any disrespect to English fans. But this is something that happens. We used to do this. I had scored goals before in Argentina with my hand. It was a goal that I couldn't reach it, and Shilton was already there, so I couldn't head it. So I did like that. And I moved my head back. And I started running because I started to run at first. Shilton didn't realize. And the one who told him he was the sweeper, he was the one who sees my hand.
Que es el que me ve que yo meto la mano.
Butcher.
Butcher. Entonces,
when I see the linesman running,
yo salgo
I go out shouting goal, and I look behind me to see whether the referee took the bait, and he had. So that was it. Come on, it was a goal.